Hey everyone, and welcome back to Tech Talk Central.
Yeah.
I'm Nathan,
I'm Sarah, and today
our resident tech expert.
we are diving deep into a pretty common dilemma. LED versus OLED.
Yeah, classic.
We've gotten some links sent in for two LG TVs.
Okay.
Both are 65-inch. Both are 4K.
Nice.
But one is the LG 65Q LED 85TUA, which uses LED technology.
Okay.
And the other is the LG OLED65C4PUA,
All right.
which is rocking the OLED.
Yeah.
So we're going to help you guys figure out which one is right for your needs.
It's always a fun challenge to break down these tech choices, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
We've got all the specs from their Amazon listings
Yeah.
and some user reviews so we can really get into the nitty-gritty.
All right, so first things first. Let's decode the jargon.
Okay.
LED and OLED sound really similar.
Yeah, they do.
But the tech behind them
Very different.
is pretty different, right?
Takes a look.
So walk us through that.
Okay, so with OLED,
Imagine each pixel on the screen is like a tiny light bulb
okay,
that can turn on and off individually.
interesting.
This gives you perfect blacks and incredible contrast.
Nice.
Imagine like a spaceship against a dark sky.
Yeah.
Those blacks are truly black,
Wow.
making the stars pop even more.
I've seen those OLED screens in stores.
Yeah,
And the difference is striking.
it is.
It's almost like looking through a window.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
Now, LED TVs work differently.
Okay.
They have a backlight
Uh-huh.
that illuminates the entire screen,
Gotcha.
and then certain zones can dim to create contrast.
Okay.
LG's QNE TVs take this a step further by using mini LEDs,
Interesting.
which are much smaller, allowing for more precise dimming.
So smaller LEDs.
Yeah,
Okay.
and better overall contrast.
So they're trying to...
But it's still not quite the same as OLED's individual pixel control.
Right, so it's like they're trying to get to that same level of
Yes,
control
sir.
as the OLED.
Yeah, by using these smaller LEDs.
Gotcha.
But it's still not quite there.
So if perfect black levels and contrast are kind of the holy grail,
Yeah.
does OLED win hands down?
For those aspects, absolutely.
Okay.
But before you rush to judgment,
Okay.
we need to factor in price.
Right.
So the LG 65Q NED 85TUA comes in at a much more budget-friendly
Okay.
$896.99 on Amazon.
Yeah, that's a pretty big difference
Yeah.
compared to the OLED option.
Yeah.
Okay, so the QNED is definitely easier on the wallet.
Mm-hmm.
But what else does it bring to the table besides a lower price?
Yeah. Well, for one, it boasts this cool feature called QNED contrast,
Okay.
which uses AI to boost contrast and brightness.
Using AI, interesting.
What that means for you is a more realistic picture,
Okay.
especially in scenes with a lot of shadow detail. So like, think like nature documentaries or those dimly lit thriller movies.
Yeah.
You'll see details you might miss on a regular LED TV.
So it's really good for like those darker...
Exactly.
Yeah.
More detail in those shadows.
Yeah.
And then...
And then there's also the quantum dot nanocell color technology.
Yes.
Right.
That's a mouthful.
What exactly does that do?
Okay, so it's essentially combining two different color technologies to create a wider, richer color palette.
Wow.
You'll see more vibrant colors,
Uh-huh.
more realistic skin tones,
Okay.
and just an overall more immersive picture.
So it's really upping that color game.
Yeah, think of those nature scenes with the lush forests or sunsets with vibrant hues.
Yeah.
The colors will really pop on the screen.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Now, I noticed both TVs have high refresh rates,
They do.
which is great for, gamers and sports fans.
Yes.
The QNED is 120 hertz,
Mm-hmm.
and I think the OLED is 144 hertz.
You're right. The LG OLED65C4PUA does have a 144 hertz refresh rate.
Okay.
But before we declare it the refresh rate champion, we
Uh-huh.
need to talk about response time.
Response time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember how we talked about each OLED pixel being its own light source? That means they can change state almost instantly.
Oh, wow.
So even though the LED TV might have a slightly higher refresh rate on paper,
Okay.
the OLED's responsiveness can make it feel smoother in fast-paced games or action scenes,
Yeah.
where those split-second transitions really matter.
So response time is kind of like the agility of the screen,
Mm-hmm.
whereas a refresh rate is like the raw speed.
That's a good analogy.
Okay, cool.
Now let's talk about the OLED 65C4PUA, which comes in at a higher price point of $1,696.99.
Yeah, that's a significant difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As we've discussed, OLED's self-lit pixels deliver those perfect blacks
Right.
and incredible contrast,
Yeah.
which really creates that wow factor.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
So picture quality is the OLED's biggest selling point.
definitely.
But what other bells and whistles does it offer to justify that price tag?
Well, it has this feature called Brightness Booster,
Data booster. Okay.
which essentially magnifies the light output of each individual pixel. This means you get even more luminous detail,
Okay.
especially in highlights.
So it's taking brightness to a whole new level.
Think of a bright, sunny scene.
Yeah.
You'll see those subtle variations in light and shadow
Wow.
that you might miss on a less capable TV.
Okay, so it's getting very granular with the lighting.
Yeah,
Okay.
there really is.
And I see it also supports Dolby Vision Filmmaker Mode and Dolby Atmos.
All the good stuff.
What does that mean for our movie-loving listeners?
It's all about creating a truly immersive cinematic experience
Nice.
right in your living room.
Sweet.
Dolby Vision enhances the color contrast and brightness of your content.
Mm-hmm.
Filmmaker mode ensures that movies are displayed as the director intended.
Oh, that's cool.
And Dolby Atmos creates a 3D soundscape
Okay.
that will make you feel like you're in the middle of the action.
Wow, so it's a full package for like...
It's like having a mini theater right at home.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
It's pretty great.
What about software updates?
Oh, good question.
Yeah.
Does either TV offer anything special in that department?
The OLED65C4PUA really shines here
Okay.
with its WebOS Renew program.
Okay.
LG guarantees software updates and fresh features for this TV
Nice.
for 5 years.
5 years.
5 years.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, so your TV stays current and you don't have to worry about it becoming obsolete anytime soon.
Yeah.
It's a great way to future-proof your investment.
That's awesome. All right, so let's help our listeners make that decision.
Okay.
Imagine they're sitting there,
Yeah.
maybe browsing on Amazon,
Mm-hmm.
trying to choose between these two LG TVs.
Okay.
What are the key deciding factors?
But first and foremost, consider your budget.
Right, budget is always important.
Yeah.
It's the first thing you got to figure out.
If you're looking for the best value
Mm-hmm.
and don't want to spend a fortune,
Yeah.
the LG 65Q NED85TUA is a strong contender.
Okay.
Especially if you're mostly watching TV in a room with moderate lighting,
Yeah.
where perfect blacks aren't as critical.
Makes sense. Value for money is always important.
Mm-hmm.
But what if our listener prioritizes picture quality above all else?
Then the LG OLED65C4PUA is the way to go.
Okay.
Those self-lit pixels.
Yeah.
Brightness booster,
Right.
Dolby Vision.
Yeah.
It all adds up to a visual experience that rivals a high-end home theater.
Nice.
You'll be amazed by the depth of the blacks,
Yeah.
the vibrancy of the colors.
I can already picture myself getting lost in a movie marathon
Right.
on that OLED screen.
It's pretty great.
But what about our gamer friends out there?
Oh, yeah.
Which TV would give them a competitive edge?
Both TVs have excellent refresh rates for gaming,
Mm-hmm.
but as we discussed earlier,
Right.
the OLED's lightning-fast response time
Mm-hmm.
gives it an advantage in fast-paced games,
Yeah.
where even the smallest lag can make a difference.
Right.
It's all about smooth motion,
Yeah.
crisp visuals.
So OLED takes the crown for gamers too.
I think so.
What about those who love to watch movies?
Ooh, yeah.
Is there a clear winner for the ultimate cinematic experience at home?
Without a doubt, the OLED 65C4PUA is the movie buff's dream TV.
Really?
Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos work together to create a truly immersive audio-visual experience.
Wow.
You'll feel like you're right in the middle of the action,
That's cool.
with stunning visuals and a captivating soundscape.
All right, so we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
The QNED is a great value pick, while the OLED offers that top-notch picture quality
Yeah,
and more premium viewing experience.
for sure.
Gamers and movie enthusiasts will likely gravitate towards the OLED,
Probably.
but the QNED still holds its own in terms of performance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a tough choice, but it all comes down to your personal priorities
Mm-hmm.
and how much you're willing to invest.
Right.
There's no right or wrong answer.
Yeah.
It's about finding the best fit for your needs and your budget.
Yeah, well said.
Thanks.
I think our listeners have a lot to think about now.
Yeah, they do.
This has been a fascinating deep dive
It has.
into the world of LED and OLED TVs.
I've learned a lot.
So to our listeners out there, which LG TV will you be adding to your cart?
Yeah, let us know.
Let us know in the comments.
We love hearing your thoughts and feedback.
Always love hearing from you guys.
Yeah.
And of course, don't forget to check out the links in the description below
Yes.
for the latest prices and deals on both of these amazing TVs.
Always good to save some money.
And hey, while you're down there,
Mm-hmm.
hit that subscribe button
Yeah.
so you don't miss our next deep dive into the world of tech.
We've got lots more coming
Yeah, we love exploring new gadgets.
and helping you guys make informed decisions.